YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today for you guys, we're going to be debuting the first series or the first episode of the new series I'm going to be doing called In the Lab. We're going to basically be going over my gameplay, reviewing it almost in like a film like study kind of thing, kind of just showing you guys what I'm seeing on the field, what I missed on the field, things like that, how to improve and all those great things. So this is going to help me, not only me improve, but you guys improve as well, so that you guys can, you know, bounce ideas off of me and everything like that. And then you also can like kind of learn from me as well. And again, I can learn from you guys as well in the comment section too. Now, of course, I know people are going to comment on here, oh, Throwing already does this. All these other YouTubes already do they're inside the mind. So yes, I will say I have been influenced by them, but I'm gonna do my own little spin on it, kind of put my own little touch on it. So that's why we're calling it In the Lab. So of course, if this video does help you out in any way, shape, or form, like I always tell you guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, because that will let me know that you guys enjoy these types of videos and that I should keep dropping these videos. So if y'all want to go crazy, then, you know what I'm saying, let me know. We continue to do that. But enough of me yapping, man. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So I recorded this gameplay earlier this morning, but even just like knowing some of the things about your opponent's tendencies can start at the beginning of the game. That's why I'm showing this part of it. So I've got my cursor right here. You guys can see my sort of cursor right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and already show you guys something. So you guys see this ability right here, universal coverage. That doesn't really tell us much, you know, whether he's gonna play zone or man. But this one, bottleneck is a man ability. So that pretty much already told me off the rip, this dude is gonna be in man coverage. It's not going to surprise me at all to see him sit in man coverage. So we already know what to do off of that. So let's go ahead and clear that. And let's go ahead and just move forward into the actual gameplay here. So again, doesn't really tell us anything about on offense, but he does come out in this like single back formation. So at least for now, I'm not gonna pass commit. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna come out in here in a basically cover 4 shell, to where I'm not gonna give anything up over the middle. I don't know if he likes to pass. I don't know if he likes to throw. I'm just playing a very simple style of defense to try to see what he's, you know, gonna be running on offense. So let's go ahead and get it started right here. So he just runs the ball first play. So that, I mean, again, this doesn't really tell me anything. He's gonna run the ball a lot. Maybe he's gonna run the ball a lot. I don't really know. So again, I'm gonna just go back out and call that. So he comes out in this double Y off nasty. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys what kind of shell I like to do whenever I'm in these double formations. Let me go ahead before he actually snaps it, because I did kind of show. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to pause at the perfect time. Hold on. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. It is gonna be a little bit of growing pains when it comes to this, but just bear with me. So this variation of the doubles, like the Y nasty. So this has, it's very condensed, right? And so the reason why I put this sort of shell out here is because, number one, I don't know what his tendencies are. So this sort of thing right here, we're gonna guard deep and we're gonna guard underneath. Essentially, the weakness of this defense, let me kind of change. I'm gonna change thing. The weakness of this defense is gonna be right here, and obviously over here. But I'm willing to give this portion up over here because I don't know what his tendencies are. Let's say he runs, you know, a way for him to beat this is if he basically sends a corner out from one of these two over here. That's gonna beat that. This cloud flat is gonna kind of hover back. He's gonna kind of you know, hover back and make him potentially look off of this read. So this cloud flat right here is gonna kind of make him second guess throwing this, which is why I did that. Again, I don't know what his tendencies are. So my job, at least in the middle, is going to be in the middle. We give this up, but we're not giving up anything over here. We're not giving anything up over here. My job is to guard the middle of the field. So that's kind of why I put that sort of shell out here. And if he does send the running back, you know, on a route here, whether that is like a flat or something, this zone over here will kind of handle that. So we don't have to really worry about the running back. Again, the only two things we have to worry about is over here and over here. If he gives it up over here, he just got it. I'm willing to give that up, at least first play, you know, just trying to see what he's got. So that's kind of the reasoning why I did that. So let's go ahead and just see how the play plays out. So right here, I know a lot of things are kind of happening. So let's pause it right here, right? So you see these two sort of things. So we already talked about, right? We already talked about this flat kind of being over here, right? This player being in this flat right here. So I'm basically running with this route until I can pass. I'm running with this route right here. I'm running with this route until I pass it off to him, right? That's pretty much at least my sort of philosophy when it comes to this. So that's why I'm running with this. I got to get my eraser a little bit better, but besides the point, right? So I'm running with this route to kind of pass it off to him, right? So I'm eventually going to peel back to this because he's going to be open. If I keep running with this route, eventually he's going to get over here, and then this route is going to be wide open. So that's my main sort of thing. He also has a post kind of on this backside, so I will, eventually also switch stick over there, but I'm basically just trying to see what he's going to do. So yeah, as you guys can see, I pretty much ran, let me clear this. I'm sorry. I pretty much ran with it. Like I said, I ran until I passed it off to him, but then I saw my flat defender actually kind of got a little bit lower than I wanted him to. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, we got to switch stick to this and potentially guard this. If he throws this, he just got it. You feel me? If he throws anything over here, throws anything, I have my eraser on. If he throws anything over in this area, he's just got it. You know what I'm saying? But I decided to switch stick again. All this happened in a split second, and we've got him. We got to pick on the second play of the game. Perfect defense right there. You couldn't ask for better defense to kind of, go about right there. So like I said, at the beginning of the game, we're switching to the offensive side of the ball. Again, this is very telling. This is very, very telling. Shout out to Zay for joining the DC universe while I was recording this morning. But look, you see these three guys over here? This is a very obvious tell this is man coverage. You're not going to have three guys bunched up right here without this being man coverage. If he's lining up in man and actually running zone, you're going to throw a touchdown. But regardless, we want to call a play that's going to, destroy man coverage essentially. So I'm going to show you guys the play art. I didn't know if he was going to send a blitz as well. So I kind of, I didn't put my running back on a route. Oh my goodness, I cannot get this. There we go. Fine, that's good enough. So the reason this is a very basic play, a lot of people run this play. This is a very good man beating coverage, right? We don't even have to, I don't really have to draw or anything, but this auto motion is going to absolutely torch man coverage because the man, whoever's lined up on him, is going to have to run with this route like this. And there's no safety help, which I don't think either of these two defenders, you know what I'm saying? That was a bad one, but I don't think either of these defenders are going to go back over here. So we don't really have to worry about that route. So that's probably the primary read, at least in this case, right? That's probably the primary read in this case. But we also have this sort of streak. If this guy's manned up on him, potentially, he's playing off coverage, he could beat him. This Dion does have 99 speed, so we do have that as well. But we've also got this sort of this slant. Why did I forget what was a slant? And then we've got this like kind of delayed, almost like post kind of combination. I don't really know what to call it, but we basically have these in breaking route. Everything is breaking to the left, so if he does shade inside, then these two routes are gonna probably get bagged. But we do have this and we do have this, and if anything, we can just throw it away or run out of it if nothing else works, of course. But let's go ahead and start the play again. That's just me explaining why it is a good man beating route. Again, he kind of takes his user over there, so that kind of deads that. He's got this guy, I don't know. I didn't decide to throw this because I saw this safety in the middle. I was like this, but I want you guys to take a mental picture of this right here. I see Darnell Washington wide open, so that's something we can go back to in this game. Obviously, again, he's underneath this sort of defender right here, so that's why I threw that. Obviously, his user could have had a chance to get there, but I figured he was going to be too busy trying to, decide between these two routes, which is why I decided to throw this. Risky read, honestly, yeah, but, again, it worked. Perfect accuracy. We were able to get the conversion right there. So, again, he's coming out in man coverage. This is not anything new. Again, the same sort of thing. So I'm going to audible over to Bunch X Nasty. I was also on my phone, so that's kind of why I did that. So going to this next play, right? This is also another great set of man-beating routes, right? Another great set of man-beating routes. So we've got this sort of this corner route right here. Obviously, there's no defenders over here. He's gonna end up using this. That's what I figured. He was trying to bait me over into this. But the two main routes that we're gonna be looking at is this I guess that's considered an out, and then this drag route. This is gonna absolutely fry man just because the crossing route. So when they cross like this, right, it's just going to be a lot of extra traffic that they're going to have to fight over, which again is something that in real life football is a real concept. It's almost like this is basically a mesh concept. That's what people call it, a mesh concept. So that's kind of what I want to do here. We also again have this streak in the event that, you know, this safety is, you know, ends up going over here or going, you know, if he goes this way, then it's dead. But if he goes this way, right, if he goes that way, then, you know, we might have this streak wide open potentially. But then we also got this wheel route that absolutely torches man as well, especially if it's shaded under man. You know, you kind of got to do that. So we have a lot of different options here. So let's just go ahead and see what happens on this play. So again, as you guys, like I said, the two mesh routes are what got open. You know, he's got safety help over here, so this is probably dead. He's got safety help right here, so this is probably dead. So safety back here, safety over here is probably dead. But we do have these two and these two open. I decided to throw over here. I probably could have thrown this and got a few more yards, but I just looked at this and saw this was open. I mean, whoever's open, you just take it. It doesn't necessarily matter who's the best read, but they're both open. So I decided to throw the route to DeAndre Swift. That is some extra yards right there, yards after the catch, get out of bounds, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, so right here, the alignment that he's in, it's not really giving man. It looks like he's kind of based aligned because he does have this Dion right here. So I would not be surprised to see zone coverage. It looks like he's kind of giving me a zone coverage look here. But it actually turns out he's a psychopath. You know what I'm saying? This dude wanted to run, I don't know if it was baseline or I'm not really sure what exactly happened. But essentially the tell when he brought Dion over there, that's how I knew it was man coverage again. I didn't really put any man beating routes out there. Nobody wins. So we just kind of have to run out of the pocket, throw it away. That should be intentional grounding, but you didn't hear it from me. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I'm not going to be surprised by that again. I'm not going to be surprised by that again. We're just going to throw out, again, some more man-beating routes. I was also kind of still skeptical that he was going to run like a cover 4 shell or something of this case. So this speed out right here is going to beat cover 4 a lot of the time. So if we just draw, that's kind of the reason why I did it. So if we just draw a basic, just cover 4 shell from where he's at, right? Cover 4. Again, the alignment's kind of weird, but you get the point. Like, you get the point, right? If he calls cover 4 and we have, hold on, give me 1 second. We have this flat defender right here. We have another flat defender right here. Again, the middle of the field is going to be the weakness, right? The middle of the field is going to be the weakness because there's no zones right here. So the middle of the field is going to be the weakness. So we're kind of attacking it with this drag, this sort of drag, curl, or not curl, crosser, and then delayed in route. So that's just all just really flooding this sort of middle of the field to make him decide between the two. But then as well, we've got this speed out over here, which is going to get over this guy and under this guy. So that's kind of why I decided to call this play, because I was still kind of skeptical. I was like, most people run cover 4 in this game. So I was just trying to see what he was trying to do again. Just still trying to fill out my opponent. Obviously, he's giving me a man kind of look, but I figured the out route would still beat man even if that was the case. Now, pause right here again. Y'all see how his back is turned right here? Y'all see that? Y'all see his back turned? That's how I automatically knew this was going to get open. He has his back turned. Dion is going to work to the sideline. He already has his back turned. If Dion goes this way, essentially if he just doesn't go upfield, these are going to be good. This is good. This is not good. But I know because he's going to be breaking to the sideline, it's going to be open. He's got his back turned. So we pretty much know we've got that read open. That's how I knew. I'm automatically throwing that. I don't care if it's 3rd and 19. It gets us to 4th and 3, 4th and manageable. You know what I'm saying? That was 3rd and 19 to 4th and manageable. And y'all know me. I'm gonna come out here with my my not patented, because it's not mine. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen other people run this sort of route combo. A lot of people love running this sort of this sort of route combo right here. Again, he's been giving me man coverage, so a lot of this is going to beat man. Again, if we just have this drag, that's gonna beat man possibly. Unless he cross mans this guy, it's probably gonna beat it. More than likely, this is the matchup right here. That's gonna beat that. These two are matched up on each other, so if he got this whip route, he's gonna be open. A lot of times you're not gonna throw this route unless this corner just absolutely, like, he blitzes him or something like that. But besides the point, and then this sort of in route at the very end, just in case, especially if he has a sort of like a deep shell, you know, wherever these two safeties are, if they're not, you know, down here, if they end up going back up to cover 2, cover 3, whatever the case may be, you get what I'm saying. It gets the route under there. That's why this play is pretty good. And I know I'm flooding y'all with a lot of information, but yeah, this dude, he does a great job of like almost getting to that, because realistically, let's just show y'all. So this is a learning moment for me. I was watching this earlier. This is a learning moment for me. Darnell Washington is wide open. There is a void right here because this guy is dropping back. This route sort of made him, you know, respect the vertical sort of thing. So this guy is back. So that's kind of why Darnell Washington is wide open. I got to see that. I got to be better. But regardless, we were able to complete the pass. So it's not like it necessarily matters, but I got to see that. You know, he almost got to that. So that could have been really, really bad for us. Now, again, let me kind of wait till I show the entire play art. As long as I do show the entire play art. So again, like I was talking about earlier, cover 4. I figured he was going to run cover 4 again. That's just always what I automatically assume what people are going to do on this game, because again, that's just the defense a lot of people like to run. So a lot of people like to they'll like to shade down. Again, this guy goes here, this guy goes here. Again, I already tried to flood the middle of the field, so I decided to not do that, but that's going to get this route wide open, because this route is going to occupy this sort of guy right here. This route is going to occupy this, and that's going to leave us with this wide open, because again, this guy has nobody to guard essentially, and he's just getting pushed back by this sort of vertical route right here. So that's what I kind of figured he was going to run, and we were able to kind of fit it in. It gets right under that sort of zone right there, as you guys can see. Again, he has his back turned. That's how I know I'm going to throw this ball, you know, wide open, and that's a touchdown. You feel me? That is a touchdown and a half. Now, also too, I know you guys, let me just kind of show you every play. I am double teaming. I end up double teaming this guy because a lot of the times when they have this 3 sort of down lineman look, they're probably sending this sort of loop blitz. That's how you pick up the loop blitz, boys. So just know that most of the time. Again, there's new blitzes now, but if somebody's just loop blitzing you, that's how you stop it. I'm just going to just let y'all know. So if y'all have been watching the video, you kind of know what to do. So he comes out this next thing. Comes out in this next, I think it's trips tight end flex. So this is a good learning moment. So trips tight end flex, whenever people come out in that, I'm thinking 2 plays. It's either going to be verticals. So let's draw this. It's either going to be verticals of some form, and then he might put this. It's going to be that. Or they're going to run the auto motion play where this guy goes on this sort of thing right here. You got this post, and you got this return route right here. Those are the 2 main plays that I assume. If somebody starts calling something else, I'll adjust my defense. But cover 4 is a perfect way to guard this, so I will show you guys right here. I'm not going to break down this play itself, but again, same sort of thing where I was talking about. I'm running with this guy until he gets over here to pass him off to this sort of like flat. We see that we have other people over here as well, but this is just a good reflection of Cooper Dejean just being good, because Brian Dawkins got absolutely fried. If Cooper Dejean's not on the field, Brian Dawkins gives up a touchdown right there. But that's just Coop being elite right there, being that guy. So he does get that pick right there. We got to kind of pick it up. I know we've been kind of going a little bit quicker this game. So I decided another man-beating set of routes right here. Again, this wheel route with DeAndre Swift is going to get open pretty well against man, because more than likely this is going to be a linebacker on this sort of thing. So we can kind of pick on that. If he does have safety help, we kind of have to watch for that. This is another great man beating route right here as well. Another great man beating route right here as well. And this is just to kind of pull down any zones so that this opens up, you know, over here. But we do have a lot of different options right here to kind of go to that. So again, learning moment for me right here. He did send a blitz. This is wide open. So I know we were gonna have this later in the game, but this is also wide open. This Darnell Washington is also wide open. So just a learning moment to kind of just know so that we can go back to that. So that's the end of the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, that's the sort of look we're gonna get. So again, he's in man coverage. He's in man coverage. We go back to that, this sort of, I kind of tried to, I didn't have enough time, or I didn't feel like, I don't know what I was doing. I had just woke up, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know why I decided to run this formation with that sort of setup, which is why I got absolutely caged. Luckily that wasn't a D-line pick, because that absolutely should have been a D-line pick. So I go back to this motion cross post setup that we had earlier in the game. I know that Darnell Washington route, this sort of like thing gets open. So I know that that's going to be open. I remember that from earlier in the game. I remember that was open. His user's probably going to go up towards this way. Again, that's what he does. And it allows this Darnell Washington route to get wide open right there. Now, he did make a good adjustment. Now, I don't really know what the adjustment was, but for some reason, this guy is just kind of hanging out over here. I don't really know what. I don't know if this is match or what, but yeah, he made a good adjustment. He brought his user down over here off of you know, instead of him baiting this route, he comes down. So that's a good one to bait right here. So that's a good bait. But again, I remember that Darnell Washington route being open, which is why I'm gonna, you know, pepper this right in that window right there. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. And very, very easy. So this one, okay, this was obviously, can we go back to this sort of wheel route mesh combo? We've got a post and this corner route. So if you guys see, this guy kind of just drifts to the sideline like that. He's probably in a cloud flat or a soft squat or something. I don't know what exactly it is he's in. But essentially with this wheel route, it's going to be open. I've got to see this a lot earlier in the play, because he breaks off of this very early, and I should throw this as soon as he crosses him. So you'll see, as soon as he crosses right here, I should throw this. There's no way this Deion Sanders, there's no way this guy with his he's flat-footed right now, gets to this. There's no way. The ball should already be out. I shouldn't even be running away from the pocket, but that's on me, because I was looking for these mesh routes early. But again, learning moment, because again, we still almost got the touchdown. He almost got his feet in, almost. But we got a red accuracy right there. So 2nd and 10, we go back to the bunch X nasty look, or not bunch X nasty, I'm sorry. I think I stay in bunch strong offset. I don't know what this setup was. Yeah, this is the same setup, remember, we had with the wheel route with Swift, and then this post, or that's not a post, let me redraw that. This wheel route, post, drag this, and this. Again, we know that this route has been open. This route is probably going to also be open as well. So we've got 3 solid options. And if not, we can kind of check it down right here. Just throw the ball away just in case. But as you guys can see, we could just pepper this right into DeAndre Swift. Again, I decided to throw it as soon as he got in, you know, past him. His safety really almost got to that, but that's an absolute beam right there, boys. An absolute beam. So again, we're up 14-0, so I'm not going to play super aggressive. So let's kind of talk about this as well, this motion wide post. This is what a lot of people like to run out of the trips tight end flex play, right? So again, we got this sort of return route, streak. Sometimes people like to throw a slant in there. Let me just redraw this. Return route, streak, but he runs this sort of wheel route. We've got this post. And then also a lot of people like to put their running back on this sort of route right here. So as you can see, this flat defender is going to have this covered. this flat defender is not going to have anybody to cover. So this is somebody that we could potentially use. Again, let me kind of mark them. This is going to be somebody we could potentially use to switch stick, because this return route is going to go over here and he's not going to be guarding anything over here. This is also somebody that could be switched into that, because again, he could try to throw this like streak right here, but he doesn't do that. So we're not going to worry about this. So these two are guys that we can potentially switch stick to. I'm going to man this guy up. I know this is a lot on the screen, but y'all get what I'm saying. So I'm going to eventually man this guy up so that when this return route does come, he can go over there. And then I will switch stick between these two and these two to guard this sort of post right here. It's up to you. Again, I usually have a preference to kind of switch down here so that I can come up and go get that. That's kind of what I like to do right there. So just showing it to you guys in action why I like to run that sort of defense. So you see, I already switched stick. So if he literally waits a little bit longer, obviously we pressured him, but if he waits a little bit longer, I mean, this is bagged. Like, this is bagged. It's bagged. It's literally bagged. You know what I'm saying? It's bagged. But, you know, a lot of the times too, I may put, you know, because we have him manned up right here. You know, we got this return route right here. I will put this guy in a hook curl so that when he runs across and eventually he gets beat, this guy right here can kind of help with that route across the middle. That will kind of allow this route to get open. But then you can also put this guy in a flat and put this guy in a quarter or a half, depending on what you want to do. So that's the sort of thing that I like to do. But again, he didn't really show me anything that he wanted to change anything. He put the motion route on the field. So it kind of just, I knew I already knew what he was going to run. So he got that off, you know what I'm saying? And then this one, gun bunch quads, he just runs verticals right here. My sort of job right here was to lurk this until he got, you know, over the top with these two guys to help, and then come back down to this route. But he does end up getting it in there before I can get down to it. How that's not a knockout, I don't really know. That's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Donald B for joining the DC universe as well while I'm recording this. But yeah, I don't even have to show anything else anymore. He just gets screamed at right here. But again, same sort of thing. My job is the middle of the field. I waited for this guy to get passed off right here. He's going to eventually run to this. If he throws this, this is either going to be a knockout. You know, if he throws this right here, this is either going to be a knockout or a pick. And then my job is to kind of peel off to this guy. But at that point, again, he just gets absolutely screamed at. Pick six, touchdown, or fumble six, touchdown, up 21-0, game over. You know what I'm saying? Game over. Now, my boys, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Again, I'm not going to always show videos where I'm winning, dominating, things like that. I'm going to even show videos where I lose, some things that I could, you know, learning moments, teaching moments for all of us, whether it be for me, for you guys, everything. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoyed the video, man. Hopefully you guys did. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next episode of In the Lab, boys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.